Good morning, class. Happy Sunday. Today we are going to pick up on our lesson, and it's all about God confronting the sin. Last week, we know that Sister Madeline went over where the Israelites pretty much said to Aaron, hey, we need something physical. We need a physical attribute of God and who led us out of Egypt. And so we know that this golden calf was erected and the people were worshiping it as Moses was up in the mount receiving instructions from God, directly from God, about the tablets, and God wrote on both sides. And these were the instructions of how to live and an actual in depth explanation of the Ten Commandments. And so we're going to go in. It picks up in Exodus chapter 32, verses 15 through 24. We don't have too many verses, but we do have something that speaks to what actually is going on. So we're going to start off with the first outline, and the first outline is called Moses views the sin, and this is found through in verses 15 through 18. And Moses turned and went down from the mount, and the two tablets of the testimony were in his hands. The tablets were written on both their sides. On the one side and on the other were they written. And the tablets were the work of God, and the writing was the writing of God, graven upon the tablets. And when Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said unto Moses, there is a noise of war in the camp. And he said, it is not the voice of them that shout for a mastery, neither is it the voice of them that cry for being overcome, but the noise of them that sing do I hear. It's very important. Moses called that noise. It's not a worship, it's not a praise, because what they are doing is that they are acknowledging a false God, a deity, if you will. That's what the Israelites were doing. So Joshua was very confused. Although up in the mount, we already know that God told Moses, hey, you people down there are sinning. They're down there worshiping this calf, this golden calf, and I'm about to utterly destroy them. We went over that in last week's lesson with Sister Madeline. We know that Moses interceded for them. He said, hey, you chose this nation, these people, to bring them out of bondage. Surely you're not going to destroy them in the wilderness. So he spoke on their behalf because God was 100% done with them. So Moses already knew what it was, but Joshua did not. Joshua didn't go all the way up the mountain. He just went halfway. And then Moses went the rest of the way. What I want to say is that Moses was here for 40 days. Joshua only went up halfway up the mountain. If Joshua can have faith to sit halfway up this mountain for 40 days, I'm trying to figure out why the Israelites could not. That's something to keep in mind. So Moses views this sin. And it says here in this first outline that the actions that were taking place, Moses was completely and utterly done with. He could not believe exactly what was going on. He did not understand how you could not wait on God. You couldn't wait on the Lord for his written instruction. So we remember back in a few of our lessons that Moses had went up to Mount Sinai and God verbally gave him the in-depth instruction for the Ten Commandments. And he came back down the mount and they created a ceremony. This was a covenant between the people and God, and that they both said yes. They had their burnt sacrifice and their offering, and that Moses went ahead and sprinkled the blood of this actual burnt offering on the people and sprinkled blood on the altar that he was told to create, and that signified the actual agreement It signified that, yes, this is an agreement that we're going into with the Lord that we recognize. And the people unanimously, with one voice, agreed to this. This is what they agreed to. And this was not long ago. This is not like, oh, well, years ago they agreed to this and now they forget it. No. It literally took 40 days for them to break this. Roughly about 40 days for you guys to go ahead and break this covenant that you just made with the Lord. So you know what it's about. You know that He brings you out. You saw this firsthand. This is nothing that they had to hear about. You saw firsthand how He took you. You saw the plagues. You saw how He delivered you from Pharaoh and his army. You saw how God provided for you numerous amount of times. And so for you to say that you need an actual image, an image that can't do anything, image that is meaningless, lets me know that although God physically brought you out of bondage, mentally and spiritually, you were still there. Outline 2. Moses confronts the people. Starting off at verse 19. And it came to pass, as soon as he came nigh into the camp, that he saw the calf and the dancing. And Moses' anger waxed hot, and he cast the tablets out of his hands and broke them beneath the mount. And he took the calf which they had made, and burned it in the fire, and ground it to powder, and strawed it up the water, and made the children of Israel drink of it. He was pissed. It's one thing to hear something, it's another thing to see it. And so that's with parents. It's one thing to hear about your child's activity, it's another thing to catch them fighting in the middle of the street. You are now so pissed off. Your reactions are reactions of hurt, your reactions are of unbelief. Moses spoke on your behalf. I interceded for you. You were about to be utterly destroyed. God was about to take you out. You were about to be no more. But I spoke of the promise that He made to you. God does not break His promise. But there are consequences for what you do. So I know I'm hearing of what you're saying. It's not that I don't believe the Lord. It's the fact that I have not visually seen what you guys are doing. You guys are in such an awe and admiration of this golden calf that your noise can be heard all the way up this mountain. That's how loud y'all are. Y'all loud. This noise has reached all the way up a mountain. That's how excited you are about this deity that can't even protect itself. It says here that Moses went ahead and he burnt it and he ground it up to powder. So they had dust. It was golden dust. So this deity that you needed so much to look at can't even protect itself. But you're in awe of it. You honor it. You worship it. But the true and living God, who has actually shown you His power, you are consistently angry at Him because it doesn't work in your time. He is actually moving in your favor, moving on your behalf, giving you these miracles, these signs, and these wonders without you even having to blink an eye. He is making it happen on your behalf, and you are angry at Him. You don't recognize that, but you recognize this thing that's just chilling. Don't even know that it's there, does not know it's created. As a matter of fact, you had to give of something that at this time would have been great to use for trade, would have been great for you to keep as far as the golden earrings that they had in hand, the bracelets, or whether it be necklaces, whether it be ties, whether it be anything that could have been made of gold. You gave to create this. You didn't have to give nothing to create God because God created you. The only thing that you had to give was your full worship, your full faith. Nothing else. You did not have to give material things because that's what God gives to you. Before this deity, this is what you did, and you loved it so much that y'all was dancing and y'all was loud. You went right back to the things of old, the things that you used to do when you were in Egypt. And so when Moses threw down these tablets, yes, we know that it was the work of the Lord, but he was so hurt and so angry that they could not wait 40 days. Just 40 days. First of all, y'all been out here in the wilderness way longer than that. Let's just throw that out there. You've been out in the wilderness way longer than that. You have seen numerous amounts of miracles in which He has given you manna from heaven. He has provided you shelter for you while you're sleeping out here in the wilderness. He has kept people in health. He has continuously multiplied the tribes of Israel. Remember, 12 tribes of Israel. And you still have this large number of people. And so your tribe is not dying off in terms of numbers, but you guys still are not grateful. And you're seeing this firsthand. What does that say about us? We're seeing things firsthand, what God is doing, but we're worshiping the cell phone. We're worshiping TV. We're worshiping shoes that can do nothing for us. We are so great. We will get on Instagram, we will get on Twitter, and we will write a review about how great these things are and how you need to have them. And we will line up around the corner for them. We will stand outside. Perfect example, Black Friday coming up. You will wake up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and stand outside in the cold. And Michigan is cold. I thought it was cold when we were standing outside in California. Ain't got nothing on this. You will stand outside. You will have your tents. You will have, make sure you have your water here for you, or you have some type of food, a type of snack, whatever the case may be, to make sure that you're comfortable waiting on these idolatry things. That's what we'll do. But when God tells you to stop what you're doing, to get up out of your sleep and intercede for a prayer, oh God, I just worked a 12-hour shift. All I want is just some sleep. You want me to get up and pray? And you will toss and turn and try and find a comfortable position instead of doing what thus says. This is us now. We are the Israelites. Our actions speak as the Israelites' actions spoke then. We're doing exactly what they did. We know what the commandments say. We have been in teaching. We have taught ourselves what thus says the Lord, and we still won't do it. We will say in a collective voice, yes, Lord, but our actions will say no. All right, our third and final outline. Moses confronts Aaron. Verse 21. And Moses said unto Aaron, what did the people unto thee, that thou hast brought so great a sin upon them? And Aaron said, let not the anger of my Lord wax hot. Thou knowest the people, that they are set on mischief. For they say unto me, make us gods, which shall go before us. For as for Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we want not what is become of him. And I say unto them, whosoever hath any gold, let them break of it. So they gave it me, and I cast it into the fire, and there come out this calf. Aaron was a straight up coward. We see this many, many times in today. He was a coward, straight up. I'm not even going to lie to you. The first thing, because first Moses was like, Aaron, what they say to you? Because I left you in charge. You're supposed to be a great leader. What happened? And Aaron pretty much said, yo, you know they mischief. They all about the trouble. They be complaining. And, you know how it is, Moses, they did that to you. That was his first excuse. His second one is he kind of threw in, and this is what a coward does. You know that God is not going to be pleased with this. You knew God wasn't pleased with it when you took the action itself. And so your plea to save your own hide was, let not the anger of my Lord wax hot. Now he your God. Wasn't he always your God? But he wasn't your God when you was out here, as my parents say, when you was out here in these streets doing what you wanted to do. He wasn't your God then. But, oh crap, Moses, you done came back. Hey, don't let God be too mad with me, okay? Because, like I said, these people is all about this mischief. They be complaining. So, just don't be mad at me. Don't get too angry, okay? So he tried to cover his own behind. Then he blamed it in verse 23 that the reason why they wanted this was because really this never would have happened if you never would have been up there for 40 days. Simple as that. We thought that God had called you up there to kill you. And so really it's your fault because you didn't send down no smoke signals. You didn't send me a text saying that you was okay, and you were just chilling up there with God. You didn't send me nothing. You didn't call me. So in reality, you should really be thinking about why didn't you send something for us to let us know that you're okay, and then we never would have built this camp. So in reality, issues. So see, Aaron had excuse after excuse after excuse, and his final lie. I mean, just lying. After they apparently complained to him too much, he couldn't take it. After he asked, "Hey, don't let God be too mad with me." After he said, "Hey, this is really your fault because you really didn't tell us that you was up there and you was cool." His last one was, "Okay, after all this, I asked them if they have me go. Boom, I threw the boat in there and this calf disappeared." Pretty much what he said. This calf created itself. I don't know where this calf came from. I didn't fashion this calf, Moses, so don't blame me. I just threw the stuff in the fire and it created itself. These are the lies of a child. These are the excuses of a child. No, you're wrong. Aaron was weak. This is not a leader. Moses faced way more than what Aaron did. Aaron was so quick to give in. He had no spiritual strength whatsoever. So pretty much whatever the people said, he was going to do. All right, I'm with it. And then, as we see here in these verses 21 through 24, one going to take responsibility for it. I'm going to blame everyone else but myself. You are spiritually weak and you are not fit to lead. If Moses was comfortable in leading the Israelites, they would not have come as far as they did. Because the Israelites just want to party, they want to drink, and they want to be comfortable. They do not want to put in the spiritual work to spiritually grow. They want it to be given to them. And that's what we want today. I get my tithes on Wednesday. I go down there and, I drive through or I drop them off, however you do it, or now you can cash out them. And I do that and I read, I'm here for Sunday school. I look at pastor on Sunday virtually for church. And I want these spiritual gifts to be given to me, but I don't want to put in the work. And the moment you make me put in the work, I'm going to complain. And without a leader such as Moses, that's why God chose him. If you are to bow, you will never get that spiritual growth that you need in order to go ahead and pass the test. You will never get that spiritual growth that you need to fight that spiritual battle. And Aaron was the right one to go ahead and feed into their weakness because he was weak himself. A spiritual leader is not here to pacify you. A spiritual leader is here to tell you what thus said the Lord and not to bend or break because of your sin. Don't place your sin on me. Aaron was out there sinning with them the moment he conceded and said, "All right, give me a gold." And Moses had to come down out of a sanctified area to which we don't know if God was done or not. We don't know what more God could have done, but God had to stop because the sin was so great that it had reached him on this mountain. And Moses, you need to go down there and you need to correct it. They're not even ready to receive what I have on these tablets. Their minds are not ready to even take in the glory that I have for them because they're too busy down there singing holy praise to a golden calf. We got to stop singing our praises to a golden calf, and we need to start honoring and giving our praises to God because God is the one who gave us the means to even make this dumb golden calf. He's not pleased with our sin. And the leaders who he has put in place are sent here to reprimand us. That's what they're here to do. So if pastor has a message and it kick you all up in the face, it's because you got too many golden calves in your life. Let's remove our golden calves. Let us not have the Lord be vexed with us, so mad. And it says wax hot, so angry with us that he wants to destroy us or remove some of the blessings that were already destined to be ours. I love you. I love you. This message spoke to me that I must get up and do what thus says the Lord. Remove those golden calves from our life because there's many of them that we don't even realize we placed in our life. And we have to move forward in the commandments. Those commandments are not dead. We have just categorized them in a certain area of our life to make it comfortable for us to move how we want to move. So I hope you got something out of this lesson. We need to realize that God will always confront the sin. We will not go unchecked just because he sent his son here to die for us. It may not be today, but God always has perfect timing, and you will answer. Love you guys. Happy Sunday.